I don't really like marshmallows.
Well,
if you make a s'more, I'll have one. But
it's a weird take from the guy who likes hot dogs and Twinkies. But
Marshmallows where he draws the line.
right,
it's just not my favorite thing. I don't know.
Marshmallows, vegetables.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I don't like it. Sorry, I don't like marshmallow. I'm not saying it.
I don't accept your apology, but we'll move on.
I like it as a complimentary piece to something.
Like
a
in
little marshmallow
s'more?
fluff, like a little bit,
Yeah.
like in a salad.
Like what? Like in a salad.
Like in a salad.
Jello salad. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. At what point does a combination of ingredients just become a salad to you? You're like, no, that's 4 things. That's a salad.
Yeah, four is the
That's
number.
a cheeseburger, Ryan. You see the lettuce, and then you got like bun. It's basically crouton. No.
There's four fruit. There's 4 vegetables: pickle, onion, tomato, lettuce.
That's a salad, bro.
It's a salad.
That's a
Croutons,
salad.
little cheese, little protein.
Call it whatever you want.
That's just a
Roll up
handheld
to a
salad.
McDonald's and say, can I have a beef salad, please?
Yeah, I watched that dog shit.
That's bad, right?
Dude, it's predictable. What did you expect? Did you expect anything different?
Yeah, we don't. It's the theory of not playing a right back. We're like, we have right backs on the roster, but
Don't do this. Don't heel turn. You were Team Hazy.
I am still Team Hazy. I still like Yazi. I still like him. But maybe he should try the 6. I don't know, because who else do we have to throw at the 6?
Chris Durkin played excellent. Not as a 6, but he did all right.
Yeah. No, it was fun. I mean, we went up 2-1. That was neat.
Yeah, it felt they're not as hopeless and as directionless and rudderless as they were 10 games ago. But they're still just a bad team. Yeah. And Chicago's not a bad team, and Chicago scores a bunch of goals, and you didn't expect them to go away to maybe a rival. I don't know what you want to call that, but it has a little more meaning when you play Chicago, right? When Chicago plays St. Louis, and I didn't expect to get a point out of that.
Yeah.
It does suck when you go up 2-1 and you can't close out a game. That's terrible. You gotta get something out of that after you go up 2-1 and they didn't. And that's predictable. That's what is it? I don't even know. I think maybe we're up to 21 points dropped from winning positions this year. It's an insane amount. It's honestly shocking that we've been ahead that often, but I think we've dropped the most points in the league, like an astounding amount of points, such that if we would have gotten results in most of those games, we're a playoff team.
So I saw, I didn't watch the game, but I saw the Taylor Twellman, I think, tweeted out that they lead the MLS in like goals conceded after 65 minutes. Lead the MLS in goals conceded after like 75 minutes.
Yeah.
And are like second in goals conceded after 80 minutes. What is that indicative of?
You don't have depth.
Is that the answer?
That's
the most obvious answer is you're not
Tired legs?
fit. Yes.
Okay.
you're not fit, and you have no depth at midfield. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. You don't have
I don't know if it's that cut and dry. That's you're probably trying to plug holes, and I think that a lot of your other issues. But Olaf was bad with subs. He was just bad with subs. So it's some player management. It is some depth, like you're bringing on Akil Watts to try and ice out some games, and it's not working out real well. But you're also like, how frequently were we playing players out of position that, like, you're going to make mistakes in a 90-minute game when you don't know what the hell you're doing. And we want to go out there and look at them and be like, you're all professionals. You should know how to play the 10 or the 8 or the 6 or whatever I need you to play today. But it is different.
Yeah, I don't think the roster is built well. That's my personal. I just don't think.
Get the fuck out of here.
Which is fascinating because this was the argument that was made in the other direction in their inaugural season, which was they didn't have the talent maybe that you would expect from a team that is winning every game, but they just sort of didn't stop running. Like they were just like all
They got so many breaks.
Sure, but okay. Well, we don't need to. But we don't need to completely whitewash it. Like
no, it was fun. It was,
their thing was that they just ran a lot, right? Like they pressure, and it was a style that could overcome some of the deficiencies in talent. So it's strange now that maybe they're even more talented than they were that first year. I don't. That would be for someone with more knowledge than me, but. But that fitness is the issue is just kind of crazy because fitness is the one thing you can control. If you're a soccer team, is like you can just outwork everyone.
And that's why I bring it up is that there's a ton of other variables. There's a ton of other issues. I don't exactly know why, but the number one, if João Klaus is the guy, and I'm going to use him because he's the perfect example. He's the guy that kept subbing off in the 75th. And we kept getting goals scored on us. And you go, well, he's a forward. But the work rate that he brings to the table is insane. He's always behind the ball. So if João Klaus can only go 75 minutes, then that becomes a training issue. Get him so he can go 90. If that's the guy you need on the field, and you've got 5 subs, you've got 3 windows, you've got 5 subs. And you've got Berkey's playing 90. So you've got to find 5 guys that can go 90 that aren't dropping off the face of the earth in the last 15 minutes. And you should be able to do that.
Yeah.
I don't understand what the issue is there. But
don't look at me.
And then there's everything else. Positionally, tactically, like they just look like a mess the last 75 minutes. But I think it all does start with fitness. There's 2 things happening. They're trying to go into that low block and close out games because that's what every team does. Every single time you get the lead and you get into the 75th minute, you try to shrink the field. You get a little tighter and you give them space and you give them possession. And we're just not a team that's capable of defending for 15 full minutes with no possession and no breaks. We're just not that good.
Do we have enough guys who are willing to roll around for a while and act like they're hurt?
Hell yeah, we do. We've got those in spades.
Okay.
Celio, Betcher, I'm looking at you.
I'm just wondering about the time wasting element of it all.
How far do you think Celio could fireman carry me?
At least the length.
I'm willing to find out. What do you think he smells like while he fireman carries you, though?
Oh,
that's the hard.
Don't do this to me. Don't get me bricked up on YouTube.
He's only 5'8". You're into the short kings.
Yeah,
with neck tats and Latino.
Yeah. I mean, I was a Yachty bitch as well. Yeah. Love Yachty.
He is the thicker build too. Yeah, I know how you like them. What makes you think Hazy can play the 6?
I don't know because who else are we playing there? Like he's young. But so he looked. Yeah,
I think the first goal is exactly that. I didn't watch the replay, so this is just me watching it in real time. But you've got a 30-yard gap between King Kess and your midfield,
did you see what Critch said though after the game? He was asked about Totland and why not? Is he not fit? And he said he's fit. That he wanted to reward Yazi for how he's been playing. And that he still hasn't figured out how Conrad fits on this roster. And so, but I would say Totland's trending down. And you're like, but why? Like, has he played so much worse than any other fucking right back we've had?
I'd argue he's been one of the better players of the
So it's not that he's not fit and he can't play. Critch isn't playing him. It's weird. So.
And he's not playing Zielinski.
Right. Like I said, it's whatever.
It certainly doesn't seem like the problem, but so much comes from that. So much stuff on the field happens that you don't realize because Totland is the player that he is. Like having a guy that you have to actually work. I can almost guarantee you that Chicago did not have a game plan for when Hazy Orozco got up the field. And it happened a couple times and he did all right but you have to defend Thomas Totland. Right. You have to go that's not a guy that you can just leave open and figure it out on the swing. So you take that out, yet you lose the balance. You lose a lot of your right side. Like he makes that right side dangerous.
It would be fun to see Sang Ben and Totland on the same side. it'd be fun to see that. But yeah, it's I don't know. They're a bad team. They're a bad organization right now.
And that's the other part of this is like I can't fault Critch a whole lot because you should be able to slide one or two guys in and out of your starting 11 at will over the course of an MLS season and not lose what we seem to lose when we're not playing whatever it is 8, 9 out of 11 of our starters. So
Yeah.
would you give him the job?
I don't know who's taking the job, but
Someone's taking the job.
Yeah, it's
Because it's the highest level of coaching in the U.S. Soccer, and so there are people, even if it's a dumpster fire, someone would be willing to say I could go in there and
Dude, you're
get
in your
the
third year.
get the guarantees.
They could build you a statue. You could be Sir Alex Ferguson of St. Louis City SC.
okay. I don't think the coach is the problem. Is my point. Like I think.
Okay.
So I think it starts at the top, and until you get a new sporting director, I don't think it matters at this moment.
What is Sir Alex Ferguson up to these days? Does he want to?
Is he
Do
Do
you
you think he'll come on the
Sir
podcast?
Alex Ferguson? Do you like toasted ravioli? Can I interest you in a gooey butter cake?
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I also have no idea what I'm talking about. So what does it matter?
You're overthinking it. The question was Critch or the field, and it's.
Yeah, if he's.
I hear what you're saying that
if
it's a
he-
bad team, so it doesn't matter who your head coach is.
Critch is also he's a system. He's part of the system, right? He's part of what the system has built in the last 3 years. So if you're saying the field, I think that looks bad as a sporting director to bring on somebody else. I think he's good. I think Critch is going to get the job.
Oh, still not the question I asked, but
Sorry.
do you want him to have the job? Does that make you happy?
It doesn't make me happy.
No. You'd
Doesn't make me want to do a happy dance.
You'd rather have anyone else.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. I think I'm in the same boat. But I'm not as I don't have that big. He's done better. He's done better, right? The team has gotten better.
Yeah.
It's a competitive team. You went to
Right. They're playing
that
better.
game's 3-4-0 under Olaf. I have no doubt in my mind. So,
Yeah.
but he's not winning. Sure. And your administration built a team to win. You promised the playoffs. You're looking at the wooden spoon.
Yeah.
So I don't think you can give him the job.
Right. Who knows?
If you're a serious organization, I don't think you can give him a job. And then you're looking at what is this, a fourth head coach or something?
Yeah.
Where, I mean,
third technically because he's interim or whatever. But yeah, that's a lot. It's just a lot of. It speaks to organization instability. Is like that if you're going through 4 managers in 3 years, it's like.
And the real crazy thing is like the next guy you hire gets what the longest leash in the history of.
That's how you have to do it. Yeah, to get someone who's worth coming in here, you've got to give them a
big name.
Yeah.
Open a checkbook and go like
and
you
give
got it
them
for
an
3
assurance,
years, even if you
right.
finish dead lad. And like these suckers are going to keep buying tickets and buying Balkan Treat Box. So
if you, I think the thing that fascinates me about St. Louis because it's such a St. Louis city for youth soccer, like get a guy who's going to develop a system that Gallagher starts playing, right? Like saying like get him playing the same way at such a young age that by the time they get to that point, they can. Like it's almost like the cardinal way of things in that sense of it going. I'm just saying, like that's my point of like, if you keep bouncing head coaches, you never develop a stable way to say this is how we're going to develop players and bring them up and do those things.
well,
So
yeah, to an extent, but that really is an extension of your sporting director. Like what you're talking about, the
Right.
identity of a team is Lutz. Lutz is energy
and he's going to be
drink
on his
for-
4th manager in 3
Yeah.
years. Right. That's all. So it's like, well, okay, well, that's never going to take place if you keep jumping managers.
But you're talking about, is it better to be on your 4th manager and same sporting director or a new sporting director in year 4 of your organization?
I don't know.
And going like top to bottom, like, nah, reset.
Yeah. I don't
In
know.
year 4? I don't know.
I think it depends on ticket sales next year.
That's fair. There's a lot of big names out there.
Yeah.
You know.
I think it's ticket
Jurgen
sales.
Klinsmann
Ticket
is
sales
just-
will ultimately drive whatever happens at some point. At some point, they're going to go, we're not making money.
Yeah, but that's not next year. I don't think.
No, I don't think it's
the
next
way
year.
the way it looked like the ticket sales went. Well,
And Balkan Treat Box is still there, so.
And that's it for our podcast.
What?
we can be
What?
done.
Oh no, there's more.
Yeah, there's a lot of soccer talk.
We didn't barely even talk about the game.
Okay, did it. Nailed it.
What else you got?
I don't have TikTok.
I don't either.
Yeah, look at that.
What do you have?
I thought I was like the only person in the world who's not on TikTok.
No, I bet I have less than you.
My reason for it is probably worse than yours. Yours is probably just apathy, right? Like, I don't know, TikTok.
Yeah, mostly.
Mine is
I mean, there's no good reasons to have it, right?
well, and I feel like I'm crazy because there are a lot smarter and whatever people than me who are on it. But like, isn't there a big concern about the Chinese government, some data mining something?
From Singapore.
Yeah, you seem
Whatever.
up to date with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's,
Yeah.
Yeah, you have an iPhone though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it the same? Am I already? Okay.
Yeah,
It was. I thought it was. The thing was when Donald Trump is concerned about it, then I'm like, oh, this guy doesn't care about anything, and he's
Yeah,
concerned
right.
about TikTok. I should probably care.
He was more upset by the filter change, I think.
Yeah. Right.
He's not happy with the representation he's getting.
Yeah.
No, he's got a lot of people really. Yeah, TikTok's great. I don't know.
What do you think the
Yeah.
Chinese would do with your data?
Are you?
I don't.
Yeah.
You know what?
It's
couldn't-
going to skew.
I mean, Super Soldier.
They tell everybody he has a small
You've
penis.
seen Captain America. No, I don't. Yeah, all the dick pics I'm sending.
Right.
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 I don't wanna-
Yeah, I'd appreciate if you didn't.
I don't want to be the diagram being used in the Chinese children's health education classes.
Yeah. According to the Chinese literature, the average American penis is
Right. They're
insanely
They're
small.
yeah. They all. They're all like we've been catching a bad rap for decades, and it's just lies because look at this guy. So I don't need to be
one that doesn't
I
mind
don't need
sharing
that.
all his data with us, but
yeah.
it's just tiny dick pics. Constantly, like aggressively, like he almost knows we're watching.
Always next to a tape measure. I don't get. He didn't need to do that. He could do forced perspective, but he's honest, and I like
reference,
it.
yeah.
They don't need to see what my cage looks like. It's called a callback, kids.
Yeah.
Is that what
Damn it.
autistic guys do? They have to take a photo of their dick next to a ruler because they're too honest.
Show your friends. Yeah. we're here.
Yeah.
Know your age.
They didn't believe me.
Health class is weird.
Health class is weird. We still got AIDS, like the AIDS diagram. Like where it's like you've used leash and then like or
Phrase
like
that again.
STDs and like how they would multiply by
I don't know
thousands.
why you said we still got AIDS.
Oh.
Like as a society,
Yeah.
I guess, kind of, yeah, but we're managing it. The
Yeah.
drug cocktail.
I'm not worried about it.
Yeah, they go pretty hard in the paint with the fear mongering.
Yeah.
but maybe rightfully so. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
How many friends did you have that had a kid at like 18?
Not zero.
Not zero. Maybe they should try a little. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, what's more embarrassing? That's not embarrassing.
It's not embarrassing. It's just
embarrassing.
like it's a lot at 18. You'd be
Walk
like,
that back real quick. That's not what I meant. That's not the
no.
That's there's always the girl too who like tries to hide the pregnancy for a while.
Yeah.
and like that. You feel bad. Like, you
Sweatshirt.
shouldn't have to hide that. You should get resources and help that you need for that shit. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's not that kind of
It's
podcast.
just
though.
evolved into a pro.
Right. Let's get the fuck out of this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want more episodes of Teen Mom. Bring back the best part of MTV.
That's a hot take.
I've never
That's a very
I
hot
never watched
take.
Teen Mom.
You've never watched
I
anything?
didn't watch Teen Mom. It was the one that made me sad.
Isn't that one went and did porn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was her name?
Farrah?
Farrah.
Farrah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wait,
she's
wait,
she's
Farrah
on
Abraham.
roast comedy now. She's a judge
She's a
on
comedian?
National Roast League.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's wild.
Do you think she's more famous from Teen Mom or porn?
porn.
Porn. You haven't seen it?
I think I saw it.
Yeah.
Just like
Was
curiosity.
was she just like a one and done, or did she put some
James
time
Dean.
in the?
James.
I think
I'm
she's put
so
some
glad you
hours
did
on the
that.
She
clock.
put some hours in.
She's put
I
some
was
hours.
about to be
She's put some
embarrassed.
miles
I was
on
like,
the.
I think the male talent
Yeah.
is why we showed up for that
Right,
one.
right.
Yeah, yeah.
It was like, all right, girl,
You know James
you're
Dean?
going straight to the big leagues.
James Dean?
James Dean.
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
Not that one. The other one.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Female or male?
Male. Very male.
James Dean.
James Dean.
Like the very famous James Dean.
Yeah, but the less famous one that's currently active.
Not in films.
He's in films.
He's in some
He's in-
films.
I don't think it's a film.
They're short films.
It's not.
He's in scenes. He's in a lot of
scenes,
scenes.
yeah. It's not.
I think
Lot
it's so
of
funny
scenes.
that you don't call it porn. You just call it short films.
films.
I just watch short films.
You know what though? Honestly,
I like a good
it's-
novella.
It's
Critique that.
the sort of porn that if I were to watch porn, what it actually does need to have. I need a storyline. So it is a short
I need
film.
a storyline.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I need a
Nathan's
storyline.
Pornhub comment.
I need to-
History is like Act 3 was weak.
Right.
Character development needs work.
Why?
He logs
Still
his porn on
finished.
Letterboxd.
Yeah. Why? Right. Exactly. I want to give this. I'm going to give this stars. What are we talking about?
Honestly,
thumbs
we
in.
could get rich off of that.
Nice. Yeah.
Letterbox for porn.
Letterbox for porn.
Letterbox for porn. 4 favorites.
I think it's just the comment section under every porn video.
It's not the same.
No, it's not.
you
It's
want
not.
the more
You're right.
for the more
Someone's
bougie.
just like,
Yeah.
this was awesome. I jerked off to it, and you're like, okay, well,
Yeah.
tell me something. I don't know.
Isn't every comment just who is this?
That's what it should say at the very end. Has been like,
That
Name.
sounds right.
I still came. It's fine.
I still can't. Yeah.
7 out of 10. I don't know.
What's the lowest star you think you could finish to? It's a good question
It's a really good question.
because it's definitely under 5, and I want to. My first instinct was 3.
Yeah, it's like
I'm gonna be like, I'm not happy about that. What just happened, but it happened.
Well, but like when you watch a movie that's so bad that you still enjoy it,
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
When it's like so bad, you're just like, I have to see what they do. Like any sci-fi movie,
I like
or
that
like
you watch
on the.
porn hoping that maybe you don't know what's going to happen. I wonder what's going to happen.
I
I need to
mean,
know what's going to happen.
I didn't take sex ed. I'm not sure.
Every now and then it will throw you for a loop.
Didn't
They
see
don't
it-
title those
didn't see it
appropriately
going in that
anymore.
hole.
Right? Yeah. Who knows?
So
That's
You're
a
still-
new one.
You're still surprised by trans porn, even though that's.
What you search?
Yeah. How did this show up?
What? I'll
that
keep
guy was-
watching for another 5 to 10 minutes.
that was literally just the pizza delivery boy. That was great. And then they did have sex, but not with the pizza guy.
Yeah.
That's a funny bit. Of all the porn lead-ins, but they're all red herrings. No one ever I just fix your pipes. No one ever gets naked. There's no sex ever anywhere.
I would give that 5 stars.
3 out of
on
10.
The Letterboxd porn site.
Did finish. Yeah.
There has to have been a time where there has been a pizza guy just showing up to deliver to a porn set. That's had to have happened.
And
Just
if
like a
you're-
Domino's guy showing up and being like, wait.
If you knock on the door as the pizza delivery guy, and let's say one of the stars, starlets, leading actresses I like to call them, answers the door, are you like, oh, this is
Right.
going down?
It's going to be a hit to your ego when they just give you a tip.
And yeah,
and
they
send
don't
you
Right.
they
home.
don't invite
Yeah.
you in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're going to struggle with that one for a while.
Yeah.
You're going to wear that. Yeah. Like, oh, no, I gave you 5 stars. No, storyline is needed. The storyline is.
Yeah. I don't want to just scene open and you don't have any clothes on. How did we get there?
Yeah.
What kind of banter went on before that? Oh, you spilled water on her top? Well, I just I need it.
Where
You're
is
all
it?
foreplay. That's yeah.
I need
He needs it. That's what
I
it
need
is.
to I need
Yeah, that's
to I
what
need
you
to
think
believe
is.
I need to believe it,
Yeah, that's
I need to
fair.
believe it. It's like, it's kind of like the whole like the stripper's really in love with you thing. Like I want to believe that you guys really are.
It's better for
enjoying
you when
this.
you know that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's real love.
Yeah.
Look,
It makes
it's tough
sense.
being step siblings. I'm cheering for them.
Right. Everything, man. Fine, I'll mute it.
too invested.
Yeah, I mean, like,
Know what I thought about this the other day? I was shitting when it happened, but it made me think. My buddy called me and he's updated his picture for his profile when he calls you. So it's like my whole phone is my friend. That's had to have happened when somebody's jerking off, right? It's had to have been like you're right in the middle of it and your buddy calls you and their face just shows up on your screen. That's had to have happened. What do you do though?
It's happened.
Do you pick up? Or you just ignore?
oh, so am I close enough to finish?
You're
So my options are finish to my buddy's face on my phone.
yes.
We've talked about this before.
We talked about this.
No, not you guys, but me and Sam will get calls from the club sometimes. That's happening, and it's like, no, we got to take it.
Yeah.
You got to take
You
it.
just
Yeah,
take it
yeah.
if it's an
You gotta
important
take
enough
it.
call.
Here's the thing. I don't
And
want
they
to.
probably-
I don't want to finish on your face. So I think I'm going to take a break and answer. I'm going to tell you what's happening though. Does that make you happy?
So you just wouldn't ignore the call?
No, I would take your call. I'd stop masturbating.
You'd
Let me be clear. I would.
Take a call?
I get yours. Yeah.
Man, that's a high praise. It's
Well, I'm not. It's
are you
not
like-
though, because I don't think I'm not going to be able to finish with your ugly ass ginger beard staring at me.
you got to reset.
Yeah.
You got to completely reset.
Yes.
You're less than 3 stars.
You can't just
Less than 3
you can't just
stars.
drop a new ball and you can just swipe it away. Give your how long of recovery time do you need to get back? So now I'm feeling insulted. I felt honored, like he picked up my
No,
phone
I know.
call.
I meant it as an insult. I'm going to pick up because I know I can't finish anyway. Like, why even bother? I don't know what you thought. I'd want to talk to you.
Actually, he literally couldn't finish once he saw your face.
Yeah,
his boner went away.
and I'm gonna
I'm
take your
answer
call,
now, I guess, because I'm soft.
and I'm gonna tell you what I was doing, and then it's gonna be rage. You're just gonna be met with like that anger of 1,000 suns. What do you need? What could you possibly need right now?
He got
That's the
that
thing.
soft.
I'm not
face.
asking that question because I would never call you.
Thank God,
Yeah.
right? That's why we're
That's
friends.
yeah.
You can get fucked with your phone calls. Text me like a
Look,
grown up.
I don't know how to text from a rotary phone. All right, that's not.
You're just doing the numbers like on an old phone. It's like 3
Does this have
eighths
T9? What
to
is
do
this?
a letter.
Right. Okay.
It's taking forever.
Yeah. So I want to type the E, so I have to do this twice. T.
Good
this
God,
rotary
that's
have
not a
T9?
spit take joke. Good for you. You almost lost it.
Man, talk about being old though. We played golf this morning, and I went into the gas station to get like a Gatorade type thing. And I was looking at the options there, and I saw the Prime, and I thought about it, and I was like, I cannot drink this. I cannot buy this because the kids have made it such a thing that like I feel almost too
It's your
old.
get off my lawn shit. You're
Yeah,
like,
I feel
know.
too old to drink Prime. What a strange thing to feel too old to drink a sports drink. But I'm like, that's for the youths. I'm
It's
just
a
gonna
young
get
man's
this Gatorade.
game,
Yeah,
Prime.
it is.
Yeah, no.
What a strange thing.
Wait, so you wanted the Prime?
I mean, I don't even know that I wanted it, but it immediately I like ruled it out as an option. Like, well, can't get that.
Do you know the craziest part of that
and
story?
Hey, treat yourself.
on Fortnite?
No, here's the thing. This piece of shit has a pop socket on his phone. He doesn't care about much.
Yeah.
It's a marble, like a white. It's an effeminate pop socket. Why do you care about Prime?
I know. Yeah, it's a
No,
strange
you
thing,
shouldn't,
right?
man.
I shouldn't.
I'm telling you, it's a lost cause. Like, it's already done. You can drink Prime if you want to drink Prime. You can do whatever you want. No one's looking at you going like, we don't make fun of this.
Yeah,
We just
I
feel
know.
like he's
Nobody
living
was
his
thinking
best
anything of
life.
It's a strange thing to have to go like, well, I'm not young enough to drink that, but
Do you have
here
anybody
we are.
like fuck these kids though? Like fuck these kids. I'm fucking drinking Gatorade. Like is that it? That's how I think about it. It's like fucking Prime sucks. I don't know.
No,
I mean, there's zero chance it's better than a blue Powerade. There's zero chance.
Powerade
Powerade's my
over Gatorade.
blue Powerade. Did you hear me specifically? I have an order. It's blue and it's
Blue
Powerade.
Powerade.
And if
they
you
sell
don't
that
have
at
a blue
McDonald's.
Powerade,
Yes.
not interested.
Then what do you go to? Then you go to Gatorade after?
I believe it's Berry Blast. Yeah, I mean everything. There's a huge cliff. It's a massive drop off. But yeah, I'll do a whatever Gatorade. I mean, blue's the shade I want to be in, but I can do a red. I can do a orange. I can do.
I like a yellow.
A lemon lime. It's like I'll drink it. I'll drink pretty much anything you put in front of me. But that's near the bottom of the list. It's like right around grape jelly. You poor piece of trash.
Dude, grape, fucking Uncrustable, and a lemon lime Gatorade sounds terrific.
Yeah, your picnics are just fucking garbage. Just, dude.
Yeah, I'm white trash. I don't get. You're saying that like I'm offended by it. I'm having a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's never
Great.
like Uncrustable, grape Uncrustable. It's like 4 of them.
Yeah, the first two don't count.
Because the other ones are thawing appropriately, but you need a
Yeah.
pre-thawed.
Well, when you're walking
Uncrustable
with one,
snack.
that doesn't count.
If you walk while you eat, the calories don't count.
Yeah,
Are you a
that's-
middle-aged wife?
That's a
One
perfect
and one.
offset. Yeah, that's a perfect offset. And then you pooped after the second one, so minus another one.
Yeah,
that one doesn't count.
I'm down
That's
with one,
out.
Really.
This is boy math.
Okay, so I have to eat 2 to get back to positive.
Right.
Yeah.
You need those calories at this point, right? You're running on empty. Gosh. That's so brave of you to trudge on with only a couple of grape jelly Uncrustables in your belly.
It's sad. One of my favorite feelings in the world is like if you're with somebody who's like, I can't finish this. I'm like, I got it.
Do you know
I've been eyeing it for a minute. I
we're
saw it
together.
slowing
My family doesn't even mention it anymore. We just instinctively push our plates towards you.
Yeah.
Just leave it. Just leave it right there. He'll
wanna-
get to it when he gets to it. You know he's gonna eat it all.
These
You're like a
servers-
little Roomba.
If you serve come back with- I try and get paid. I try and pay so early. I'm like, take things now.
Yeah.
Because if you wait until everybody's done, I'm just going to keep eating.
That is, we'll eat until they ask if they can take anything, and I'm like, yes, please,
Take it
please.
all, yeah.
But if you don't, I'll keep eating. That's
When we go camping together, my family actually leaves a little like sacrifice outside of our door because we know that if we don't, Ryan's gonna come in and it's like it's what was that movie, The Village? I don't know. They you have to leave something for the beast. So we go to the grocery store and buy 3 rotisserie chickens before we go camping.
box of grape Uncrustables. He likes them frozen. Just set them out there. He'll come get them right away. Is that how you keep
People
them
know
out?
when they hear
Yeah.
my sleep at
How you keep
I
him
can't.
out.
he'll
I
just-
can't figure it out, man. I don't know how to get rid of him.
No.
I'm not feeding him enough. is the
Yeah,
answer.
he leaves a neat pile of bones outside the camper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're the best person to take camping
Yeah.
because you cook.
Yeah, I like to
You
go.
love cooking, and
I love
it's
to cook.
good, and it's great, and we never have to worry about it.
I like cooking. I like building the fire.
Yeah.
That's why I know I can carry Corey farther than you.
The problem is that
Hey.
you like cooking, but you set such a high bar, and it is kind of like a pain in the ass. I don't know, like, we'll be like, oh god damn it. My wife will be like, I really like that thing that Ballard made, and then I'm like, I can't. I'm sorry.
My kids are
That's
constantly,
great.
and I just like, then you need to talk to Ryan.
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you. I'm not doing that. You saw what that was like. He was sweating profusely for 2.5 hours cooking.
That's
us
why I
dinner.
don't use MSG. The sweat just goes into it. Smart. Yeah.
I have no notes. Whatever you're doing, keep doing it. Here's the thing: I'd gladly eat your sweat-soaked food if it meant I didn't have to cook. That's how much I hate it, and how good your sweat tastes. Jesus.
No, camping. That's my favorite type of cooking. Camping. Did you guys see AOL is no longer?
Yeah.
That just happened.
Yeah.
That's fucking wild.
No, they're not. They were offering it for free.
They just
'Cause
shut-
I remember
they
paying
they-
exorbitant fees.
Last week, I think they just shut down dial-in internet.
I feel like we paid like $25 a month to be able to not have any telemarketers call my parents and have them freak out about Like we paid for that privilege quite a bit, and it was free. How long has it been free?
AOL?
Yeah,
I don't know. I didn't even know it was still around. They still you could
it's
still
dial up.
But they just stopped it in 2025.
Yeah.
They just eliminated it.
How many people do you think were still utilizing that service?
I don't know.
Gosh, could you imagine?
Not zero. There's a reason that was still there. Like
I think that's probably what makes serial killers.
Is-
If in this day and age you're still having to use dial-up
dial-up.
internet, you're gonna kill some motherfuckers. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
How
We should
many-
let them kill some people.
That's too much buffering.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
No one has that patience anymore.
It's not even really buffering. It's like an old printer loading. Like
Yeah.
That's that's crazy. I had no idea it was still going on. That still existed.
I didn't
And
either until I saw that article. Yeah.
When's the last time you saw an AOL email?
My uncle still has an AOL email.
Does
Yeah,
it?
we all
Yeah,
have.
so this
we
is
all
tough
have
news
a-
for him. Yeah, this is. I'm gonna check in on him today. Make sure. And he's not like it's not like the uncle that is old and reclusive and whatever. Like it's. I mean, he's a functioning member of society. I don't know why he never got with the times, but his email is still. And I email him a lot for fantasy baseball reasons. But yeah. That's I don't.
That sounds more pathetic than you think it does.
You were
What?
so embarrassed by the
I
fantasy
know.
baseball.
I had to like throw it in there. Like,
Trying to throw it away.
I email him because I email him a lot.
Because
as a
you're the
weird way to end.
commissioner of a.
I'm a commissioner of a dynasty fantasy baseball league that is just so fucking nerdy.
Yeah.
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 Nobody else on this podcast is part of that
No one else would do that.
fantasy baseball
No,
league.
look
No.
at me. I wouldn't do that.
No.
No of us would take on full responsibility.
That's fair. That's fair. You're the commissioner.
Right.
Did you have dial-up internet?
I did.
You had dial-up?
Yeah, we were poor as shit. Of course, we had dial-up.
Grape jelly and dial-up internet.
Yeah, we had the grape. I actually told my mom about the grape jelly thing, and she was like, "No, grape's not that poor." And then she was like, and then I was like,
conceded my argument just after that. After that statement, I go, no, all right.
It's not that poor. Like, we definitely did poorer shit than that.
"We used
Did
to."
you tell him about the
actually-
peanut butter?
I did. She was like, "That was good." She was like, "You guys love peanut butter."
Yeah, no shit, it's good.
I mean, yeah,
You
but
put butter on anything, it gets better.
she did mention we used to get the pre-mixed peanut butter with the jelly. Did you guys ever see that?
Yeah.
The goober?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really trash.
Yeah.
It's like
I
you're too
never got it
lazy
'cause I
to
didn't want
mix
grape
your
jelly.
peanut butter and jelly.
So we did a senior trip to Cedar Point.
I've heard this story so many times and I love it.
Brought a 30-pack of Keystone Light. There was 6 dudes. I think it's 6 dudes, 6 or 7 dudes. Shared one hotel room with a king-size bed to ride roller coasters. Fucking.
Did you all sleep horizontal down the
It
length
was
of the
the
bed?
fucking worst. It was so bad. And then, but we went to a strip club. His first time in a strip club. And I only brought so much cash, and I didn't have a debit card, and I spent all my money. And we still had like 3 more days left there. So to make it home, I had a $50 Walmart gift card that I got for graduation, and I bought that fucking jelly and peanut butter mixture, a loaf of bread, like some pretzels, like that, and that's what I ate for 3 days.
All your buddies are like
And they
going
were-
out to
I
restaurants.
was the only, here's the thing that pissed me off more than anything. I was the only one of them who had a job. I was like, I have a job. I have money. When we get back, I will pay you assholes. It's like, nope, not doing it. Fucking dicks. Sure. Should I have spent that much money in a strip club? Probably not. Well advised. Not my best financial decision.
How much money did you spend at the strip club?
More than 200. I don't know.
More than 200
That's,
is crazy.
as an 18-year-old, really crazy.
It's crazy.
As
Sounds
an
about right.
18-year-old.
Some of them, but
Sounds about right. How much are you spending at the strip club?
is it a real
I
one?
don't. You don't even. You're not qualified to ask that question. I don't have to answer this. What is?
You look like the
what is
White House press secretary there
Plead
for
the
a second.
fifth.
You're like, wow,
Plead the
shit.
fifth.
Yeah.
He looks like he's there for the buffet.
That may the eating the buffet, strip club buffet, may be the poorest thing you can do. I don't. That may top grape jelly is going to the strip club because you also get free lunch out of it. Maybe breakfast if you're doing it right.
What if you go not for the buffet, but you eat the buffet because you got it, you paid for it? I'm there for the titties.
No, dude. Like, no. But I was thinking as you're telling that story that I was thinking about when I was in college and I was eating Ritz crackers with peanut butter and jelly, and then that was how that's the story of like when I think about how poor I was. And I think it's telling that everybody's most poor story includes grape jelly. So I sorry to your mom, but I think that we've got a thesis
my mom's
here.
Wrong. She's fucking wrong. I don't disagree with.
I'm developing a thesis, and it's
A thesis.
You're
Gonna graduate your doctorate.
It's pretty strong.
with grape
I've got a lot of anecdotal
It's
evidence.
going to show you can. You just go to Welch's and you find neighborhoods that just are like sure.
He's part of the anti-grape
Holy
jelly
shit!
league.
Annual household income under 30,000. Ad campaign there, boys.
Yeah. Fish in a barrel, man.
Yeah.
God, I
What do you feel like the poorest thing you eat right now is? Or like make your kids?
It's ramen. We still have the trash like dime
Yeah.
ramen, and my kids love it, and I have to like constantly be like, please don't just eat ramen 6 times a day. Sometimes they'll put an egg in it, which is fancy, right? Like they'll crack an egg in there.
They're expensive.
Eggs, yeah. It's protein. But that's the poorest thing we eat.
hot dogs.
Yeah, we don't eat them.
Oh, hot dogs.
We know
hot dogs.
Ryan eats hot dogs.
Right.
So
It's
every year,
So many hot dogs.
Memorial Day, we go camping. I have to have a Twinkie. I'll buy Twinkies like once a year for that Memorial Day camping trip, and I'll eat 2.
Does it have to be traditional?
Yeah, I don't like any of that flavored shit.
None of it? Oh, okay.
I like a
But you've
traditional
had it
Twinkie.
all.
They have
You've at least-
flavors?
They have a strawberry for sure.
They
and
actually
it's
the
best
one
thing I've
time there
ever
was a
had.
pumpkin spice one,
Yeah.
and I put it in just tore it up and threw it into my coffee and like it dissolved, and that was pretty good.
Yeah, like they'll have a seasonal.
You're dissolving Twinkies in your coffee?
It was
That's the
delightful.
biggest back shit I've ever
Yeah,
heard in my
apparently
life. That's
Twinkies
crazy.
are basically
You never
shrink wrap.
dunked a donut into a
That's
coffee?
different.
No, it's not. It's
Dissolving
a fucking
Twinkie,
pastry.
No. Dissolving a Twinkie into a cup of coffee is a different game than dipping a cookie or a donut into a cup of coffee.
Here's the problem. I want to be on your team, but I watched him do it and then did it myself, and he's right. It's heaven.
You guys like
So-
pumpkin spice?
I did that.
Yeah.
I did that.
Yes. Look at me.
Okay, I mean, yeah, the shorts.
But you get the pumpkin
Yeah.
spice, you
I
get
get
the
Shop at
cream.
Sam's.
It's pumpkin
I like
spice and
pumpkin
cream
spice.
into a coffee.
Yeah.
I guess that is true. I don't
It's
think-
trashy. I'm not
It's
saying it's not
something that
trashy.
tastes
That
like
is
pumpkin spice.
trashy.
That sounds like something you're doing with a cigarette on a front porch. Yeah. Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
You're on my side with this.
What?
That
is
putting
trash?
a Twinkie in a coffee is crazy.
I putting anything in coffee is crazy. I just drink coffee with a lot of sweetener and cream
Oh.
and
Yeah.
I want my coffee to be like translucent. I don't want to see.
You could do that. Well, you could put 2 Twinkies in it.
Yeah. I want
just-
like how right.
How
yeah.
many Twinkies do you take your coffee with?
No, I mean I'm not on your side because I don't want the black coffee. So
That's your food truck idea.
I want
It's
my
Twinkie
coffee. I want my coffee to
you
give
guys
me
eat
diabetes.
the Twinkies. You can dunk them, whichever one you want to go with.
It's all like gay twinks that run it too, with fanny packs.
I'll start an LLC tomorrow.
Yeah.
We
it's
know.
Super easy. It's super easy.
That'd be
But they don't. The
Twinks and drinks.
Twinks and drinks.
You've had a strawberry one?
Uh,
I'll maintain. I'll die on that hill. Strawberry's better,
okay.
but they're not always accessible.
Yeah.
Like it's hard to find a strawberry Twinkie.
Mine's a nostalgia Twinkie. though.
Right.
That's why I'm.
But you can do one and.
Yeah, but I feel if I leave the store with 2 boxes of Twinkies, I feel real sad.
It's Memorial Day, dude.
Yeah. I mean, they're the extra. Like, there's like 15 in there. It's not
Yeah.
the 10. It's not the 10 count.
And it's red, white, and
But it's
blue.
only
It's
one
patriotic.
box. Yeah.
Get
You're-
2 boxes. Thing of Roman candles. No one's gonna ask any questions.
There's nothing like kicking off pool season with a couple boxes of Twinkies. It's a real strong, like where your
but when you don't
mindset's
take them,
at.
when you don't take them in as solids, it doesn't feel as bad. So
Again.
we liquefy them. Well, just throw that box in a blender.
I'm running in a river that weekend. Those don't count.
Yeah, no, that's-
Yeah, he's walking while he's eating them.
I'm hiking. Well, that's
Hiking.
extra bonus points.
you're at a calorie deficit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm surprised I
Yeah,
even survive.
Right.
Yeah, I
Barely
needed this.
made it, but for that strawberry Twinkie. Thank God we bought that second box.
You are camping. Have you ever tried like roasting a Twinkie? I've heard about people doing that.
No, we've done an Uncrustable in a campfire cooker. So you put a little butter inside there and then just do that. And the hazelnut ones
pretty
are
good.
pretty great. Grape
Yeah.
ones are fantastic. Fucking assholes.
You roasted a peep.
Yeah.
You got me.
Oh, yeah, you
Yeah.
did.
That was delicious.
Roasting the peeps for the s'mores is that's a thing.
because it caramelizes.
I didn't like it.
Yeah. You didn't like it.
I don't like Peeps.
Why do you hate my kids?
It's just a marshmallow with sugar on the outside.
Yeah, I know. I don't really like marshmallows.
Well,
If you make a s'more, I'll have one. But
it's a weird take from the guy who likes hot dogs and Twinkies, but
Marshmallows where he draws the line.
right.
it's just not my favorite thing. I don't know.
Marshmallows, vegetables.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I don't like it. Sorry, I don't like marshmallow. I'm not saying it.
I don't accept your apology, but we'll move on.
I like it as a complimentary piece to something.
like
a
in
little marshmallow
s'more,
fluff, like a little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Like in a salad.
like in a salad.
Like in a salad.
Jello salad. Yeah. I know what you're talking about. At what point does like a combination of ingredients just become a salad to you? You're like, no, that's 4 things. That's a salad.
Yeah, four is the
That's
number.
a
Yeah.
cheeseburger, Ryan. You see the lettuce, and then you got like bun. It's basically crouton. No.
There's four
no.
fruit. There's 4 vegetables: pickle, onion, tomato, lettuce.
That's a salad, bro.
It's a salad.
That's a
Croutons,
salad.
little cheese, little protein.
Call it whatever you want.
That's just a
Roll
handheld
up to a
salad.
McDonald's and say, can I have a beef salad, please? They say, what? I'm sorry, what?
A mixed salad.
A beef salad
Yeah,
with the
right.
it's you put the croutons on the outside. There's a lot of lettuce in there, a little bit of cheese, and then the beef in the middle.
But if you could lose the lettuce a little bit, that's and no tomato either.
Too much. You said the snack wraps suck.
The McDonald's one,
Yeah.
because you're gonna want the old snack wrap.
But the
That's
old
what you're
snack wrap was lettuce shreds and a chicken strip.
Right,
And
and
dressing.
the chicken strips are different now. It's not the same.
It's not the same.
It's not the same.
That's such a bummer.
I'm not saying they're bad. I'm just saying that it's not. You're
Well,
gonna go
they're
in
also
going
probably
like,
not a
remember these
dollar,
fucking snack wraps?
They're not $1 anymore, are they?
I don't know.
Nothing's $1 anymore.
That's not my McDonald's order.
What's your McDonald's order?
McDouble extra onions.
One
McDouble?
McDouble.
Sometimes 2.
Thank you. You got it out before I could.
Sorry, I was shocked.
I went, that was a singular.
If
First
I'm
of all,
being-
there's no number for
If
that.
I'm being good, it's one
a
McDouble.
mixed salad.
Yeah, one
Beef salad extra
McDouble
onions.
salad. No, if it's like if I'm not too sad, it's one McDouble and a small fry.
And a small fry. That
Yeah.
kind of self-control doesn't exist in my world. Good
But,
for
then
you.
but if I'm sad, it's 2 McDoubles and a small fry. But I still
Small fries.
But about like twice a year, I'll go like, also let's get a Big Mac involved, right? Like I'll get there.
Yeah.
But I'm doing great because I
Memorial
do that
Day?
like once a year now instead of like 10.
I would have guessed something
Yeah,
much different. I
McDonald's-
would have gone a double quarter pounder all day with you.
Oh, McDonald's fucks me up now. I can't. I really kind of can't.
Well, yeah, but like, why not? See, I only eat it like once a year, and so I go like, I'm gonna have diarrhea today, and I lean into that. It's so heavy, and I give it all to me. Yeah,
It's like
Corey doesn't
it's
have
kind
a
of like
cheat
a
day. He has
colonic
a
when you think
diarrhea
about it.
day.
yeah. I'm just getting cleaned out.
Honestly, pretty smart.
It's not bad. It works for me. What can I say?
Your body recognizes it as poison and goes, "Get this out of here as quick as you can." You go, "Yep."
Yeah.
No.
It starts, that morning, and my body goes like, "All right, it's a hatch open day."
How many times eating McDonald's a week is like you're poor? Like how often?
Oh man.
If you're more, is it once a week, twice a week?
Once a week feels way too high for anybody to live.
Oh, people eat at McDonald's more than once a week.
Really?
You ever drive by and there's not people in the drive-thru?
Yeah, but I don't know. There's a lot of people in this world.
People are getting a coffee, and they're saying they're getting a coffee there, but they're getting a McGriddle. Yeah. Well, I guess we'll cheat day today.
It's on sale.
Yeah.
2 for $2.22.
Have you had McDonald's coffee? It's not great. Anybody who says like McDonald's, what?
It's bad.
It's
Yeah,
bad. So anybody who says they're getting McDonald's coffee, I'm like, you're gonna be fucking. It's the Egg McMuffin all day.
Mm-hmm.
No, you can say you're getting the coffee, but that's an Egg McMuffin.
Yeah.
You're not gonna get the hash brown. Put the hash brown on the Egg McMuffin.
Yeah, why aren't they doing that? Yeah, put the hash brown on the sandwich.
Yeah.
You know what? Independently, you guys are the second group who's told me this phenomenon, and I don't know why I've never thought of that. That
They
seems
put
like
a
a
hash brown
no-brainer.
in the Crunch Wrap at Taco Bell.
Put a hash brown in the Crunch Wrap. It's the same thing. Mm-hmm. Do you know that Taco Bell, a block from my house, is open at 8 a.m. but does not sell breakfast?
That's infuriating.
That seems like they're just trolling Troy.
What do you do?
You're
Why
trolling
are you
truckers
I
is
go,
what you're trolling.
I literally asked the guy why they're open, and he said, "I can sell you a burrito." My guy, I'm not that hard up for Taco Bell at 8 a.m. in the morning, man. I can't do that.
You were there though, so
Yeah, I was there. I was so mad.
you ordered, didn't you? You did order Taco
No,
Bell.
I didn't. I drove away. I
You
was
drove
so
away?
angry. I did. I laughed and I drove away. Get out of here. What are you ordering at 8 a.m.? First of all, it's a work day, Ryan.
Here's the
I was
thing.
on my way to the
Hatch
courthouse.
Have you ever seen?
Hatch was not open.
Have you ever seen?
Yeah, it's not a Hatch open day, man.
Have you ever seen the breakfast lunch switchover and just see somebody just lose their shit? It's like 10:31.
I've been
is-
in that line.
That's a fun.
Going
being
like,
in
I
that
know I'm
line
not going to
going like,
make
it's
it,
not
and
gonna
I
happen.
don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care, right? I'll be happy with whatever.
Yeah.
But I know there's people in this line that are going to go like, you're going to sell me breakfast.
Yeah, I got into a couple months ago into Chick-fil-A for breakfast, and I was like, oh, Chick-fil-A breakfast because the burrito's freaking great, and then a little chicken biscuit
And you like their politics.
and with grape jelly.
Right.
You can believe whatever the fuck you want if you give me that fucking chicken on a biscuit.
Yeah, they figured out the drive-through.
Yeah, and the drive-through.
Yeah, that's quite
But
an operation.
I was like, oh, I'm going to make it. And then I was like, the line just wasn't moving. You go, shit, I'm not going to make it. And the car in front of me lost their shit. They were 1 minute late. I was like, they were just like, they kept trying to argue. And you could tell that just happens every day to this worker.
Every day.
Every day this worker has to go, I can't do it.
Why can't you do it?
I know, I don't get it.
You can do
you have
it.
to have a rule. You have to have an end point. Because then what? And then the next day it's 10:32.
Oh my God, could you imagine if every single one of your customers left happy? What a travesty.
Well, everybody knows.
Okay, so then what? It's like 11:15, and you want to make that person happy, so you're making them breakfast. You have to have.
Maybe.
Yeah, we live in a society.
Here's the thing.
Okay, well, we're not talking about 11:15, are we, Nathan?
We're not
Market
yet.
zero.
Not yet.
But here,
This
is
is a
it
slippery
too,
slope.
maybe,
And then you've got people marrying animals, and is that what you want?
right. Look, they don't like gay people. Gay people like brunch. Brunch starts at 10:30. They're not gonna. Yeah, they're not gonna be a
that's
brunch
fair.
place. That's not for them. It's not. Yeah.
This is a hot take. I've been curious. I've been running this past people. I think orange soda is a breakfast soda.
Well,
Any soda is a breakfast soda if you want it bad enough.
that's
you
what
want
I
it bad
thought.
enough.
But then, why are you drinking soda for breakfast? That's crazy.
Can you start putting out breakfast sodas?
Breakfast
It's
soda.
a coffee liqueur.
Well, they had orange Mountain Dew Kickstart energy drink at Taco Bell breakfast, and I was like, it's orange,
It's orange.
so
Yeah.
it's breakfast.
It's high C.
That's somebody who grew up on Sunny D for sure.
Yeah.
Tampico.
Tampico.
Tang.
Oh, Tampico.
Tang.
Tang.
Grandma had Tang.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we had lots of
Not that
Tang.
kind.
Spencer makes Tang cookies
She
at
might have.
Christmas.
She might have.
You know how good your grandmother's Tang was. You're here. It had been
Grandma's
decent.
Tang.
It's not fun when you do it with my grandma.
Just saying, don't respect your fucking elders. Your grandma could throw it back, probably.
That Tang was good. I don't want to have this discussion, but I think you're probably wrong, if I'm being honest with myself.
Which grandma?
I didn't know my dad's mom that well enough to understand
Sounds
her
like she was a
sexual
partier.
proclivities. Yeah, but if I had to guess, Grandma Sue was not. Well, it's just a guess. I don't know. I could be wrong. You could be wrong.
Yeah.
I'll ask around. I know where I'll start. She was big into the church, so we'll start there.
That's not a.
They'll know.
Yeah, the church will know.
They'll know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's going to be several fellas there who know
Right.
the answer to it.
Oh, Sue, huge whore. Yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't know?
Is that your mom's mom?
Yeah. Sorry, Grandma. I didn't mean it.
All right.
She actually watches this.
Oh no.
Oh, well. I think she knows I'm joking. Thanks for the $50.